So I watched hundreds of prisoner videos, ex-convicts, career criminals, people who lost decades of freedom talking about their biggest life regrets. And you might be wondering why, but it's because I've always been fascinated by what people regret most in life, and how prisoners coped with their conditions always interested me. So I went down a serious rabbit hole. I didn't do this just because of curiosity. I did it because I never want to wake up at 70 and look back at my life and have the thought that I wasted it. The crazy part is, in these videos, the regrets weren't just about the crime that they did. It was about life itself. And at the end, I'll share the biggest regret that hit me the hardest. Chapter 1. Chasing money over meaning. So one of the most common regrets, and it's not surprising, was chasing money, status, and fast success, and losing everything else in the process. So many prisoners said the same version of this. Quote, "I thought money would solve everything. Now I'd give it all up just to spend time with my children." So it was more than just about the crime. It was about the sacrifices they made long before that. Missed birthdays, broken families, broken trust. And hearing a lot of these prisoners talk about that made me stop and reflect on my own freedom. Because yes, money, status does matter. It gives you options, dignity, and safety. And of course, many criminals chase the money, regardless of the consequences. But those who lost decades of their life didn't say money wasn't important. They were saying that don't make money the only thing that's important to you. The things you give up and the way you earn the money really does matter. Chapter 2. Addiction and escapes. So the second regret was really scary. Gambling, drinking, drugs, and even overworking. Prisoners said the same thing over and over again. Quote, "It started small, maybe just a gateway drug, but I didn't think it would control me. And now I've lost 30 years to this addiction." And a common theme with all these addictions was that it wasn't just one big decision. It was hundreds of small ones, small habits that really took over people's life. And honestly, that really made me think about the small habits that I have every day. Because maybe you aren't gambling or dealing drugs, but how many of us are stuck in our own escapes, binging shows, doom scrolling, working ourselves so numb so we don't have to think about it? The truth is, these escapes rob you twice. They might not be as harmful as drugs or gambling, but they steal your time now, and they will leave you with regret later. And when I look at career criminals who turn their life around, like Larry Lawton, it really makes me think that these vices can be overcome. So watching these videos of prisoners has really made me reflect on the small choices I want to make every day, even if it's not criminal activity. Chapter 3. Loneliness and lost time. One of the saddest regrets that was really hurtful to watch was loneliness. So many prisoners said that their biggest regret wasn't the crime or the violence, but it was the people they lost because of it. Quote, "I thought I had time. I thought my family would always support me. I thought they'll call me next week. Now I'm all alone with no family and nobody close that trusts me." So a lot of times these prisoners, either from before or because of their prison sentence, their friends are gone, their parents, either they passed away or refused to speak with them, and their kids are grown up without their parents. And this made me realize that you don't need a prison sentence to feel like this. So many of us are self-inflicted with loneliness and without any partner or family to rely on. And even busyness can be its own kind of prison. You'll keep saying, "I'll make time for this later," until there is no later. And for me, this was a big reminder that I needed, because although I'm not in a prison cell, I don't want to stop postponing time with the people who actually matter. We don't need to be in prison to really feel the lack of connection. And on the outside world where we're free, I think we should make use of that privilege to the max. The final chapter, the regret that hit me the hardest. And the regret that hit me the hardest came from the prisoner who said this. Quote, "Prison didn't just take my freedom. It took my chance to live the life that I wanted, because I wasted too many years living wrong before I even got here." So the fact that prison can take away people's entire teenage years and even their whole time in young adulthood is absolutely shocking. Because it isn't just about being behind bars. It's about realizing that a lot of these criminals lost control of their lives way before they were arrested to bad decisions, bad influences, chasing approval, and then they probably won't be rehabilitated in prison, so they'll continue to be making bad decisions even if they come out. And this just made me think, you don't really need prison walls to trap you. If you spend your life chasing money, living for what other people want, or ignoring what really matters to you, you'll wake up one day and realize you're just as caged as someone who had their freedom taken away. And that's when something clicked in my brain. Watching these videos made me realize that freedom isn't just a physical environment, it's a mental one. It's choosing how you live your life right now, every day. So, after watching hundreds of prisoner videos, what is the biggest lesson I learned here? That the regrets weren't just about crime and violence, but there's actually a lot to learn from them about life. There was a lot to learn about the warnings on how not to waste your life, especially being grateful for the freedom on the outside world. Because freedom isn't just the absence of prison bars, it's the presence of choice. What you do today, what decisions you make now, will be the ones that you regret or don't regret tomorrow.